seems there's no end to this subject. There's no end to any subject, any single subject, when you become a philosopher, when you become spiritually inclined. Because the thing that we have to remember is that there is two worlds, at least, going on here. There's two things experiencing. There's one physical thing experiencing a physical reality. And there's another thing which isn't physical, that can only perceive the non-physical. It can only perceive the spiritual. And so because we have the facility to be able to step between the two worlds, that is what confuses us. We're looking for the answers. There are answers in the physical world. You can say to yourself, well, I don't want pain, so I'm going to be in avoidance of pain as much as I possibly can. And you do all these things to avoid pain. And that is your reality. But from the physical, the metaphysical, the spiritual, there's no such thing as pain, because there's no such thing as reality. There's no such thing as a corporeal world. And so when you are spiritually inclined, or a philosopher, and you step between the two worlds, you can experience one world and you go, well, this is this way. And then you experience the other world and you go, oh yeah, well, this world's this way. We are experiencing both ways. And somehow we're trying to make sense of it. And this is where the spanner is thrown in the works. Because there is no sense of the two. You can only make sense from the one. So if you're in the physical world, you have a sense of the physical reality. And you try to make sense of that the best you can. And then from the non-physical, you look at that reality and you try to make sense of a nonsensical world, which is a paradox and a contradiction in itself. So I think, without spending thousands of hours debating this, that's the crux of it. We're living in two worlds, and we're trying to make sense of the juxtaposed worlds that we're living in. It's very, very difficult to live in both of these worlds. It's easy when you don't have the spiritual inclination, when you don't have an awareness of the non-corporeal, when everything around you seems to be of a corporeal nature, then if you only live in that world, then that is only your perception. And this is why probably most people, they don't want to delve into the other world. It just gets too mind-blowingly confusing. It takes a very strong constitution if you're going to be dipping your toe in the non-corporeal, because that's what brings about the confusement. I think I need a rest now. Go and do some meditation and free my mind from this corporeal world into the spiritual dimension of pure awareness, without the connotations of the pain and the truth and the non-truth and all of the dichotomous nature that we experience here in this dimension.